They made their way to a back alley bordered by Grimm Street on one side and Oscar Wilde Street on the other side. By the time they got there, the sky was already dyed a deep crimson. Scarlet had vanished without a trace. All they could hear was the sound of their footsteps. We're here. This is it. I'm sure this is where I first awoke. He told me to take him to the place where I first remembered waking up. Axel just stared at the ground in silence. Mr. Axel?
あんたは本当に以前の記憶がないのか?
His words following the long silence made her blink.
定期巡回から戻ると、あんたがソファーで横たわっていた。それ、説明はされたが、到底納得できるものではない。記憶がないのは事実なのか?
Yes.
他のファミリーの手先でないことは理解した。それでも僕は。
There was a sudden explosion. A shock wave erupted behind them, strong enough to make their hair fly back and pin their clothes to their bodies.
なんだ?
Several figures were outlined in the white smoke. A familiar man stepped out from among them.
久しぶりだな、獲物。
Oh, Mr. Caesar.
俺の名を覚えていたか?
Caesar snorted and unfastened another sword. He switched from wielding a single long sword to dual blades, pointing them both at Saya.
その身、今日こそ手に入れる。そうはさせない。
Axel raised his shotgun and moved between them to protect her.
多勢に無勢だ。おとなしく去ればいいものを。殺せ。
At Caesar's command, the other men charged forward. Axel snapped his gun into a firing position and pulled the trigger. He missed the men he'd been aiming for, but the blast chopped into the support of a nearby awning. Within seconds, it had collapsed into the alleyway, briefly stalling their attackers' advance.
自分の無才もたまには役に立つな。客人、あんたは屋敷へ帰れ。
But Mr. Axel...
僕はここで奴らを食い止める。
But...
早くしろ。チェン、貴様、覚悟しろ。覚悟ならいつだってできている。これが僕の役割だ。
Once I get back to the plaza, I just follow the red brick road. Saya was running just like she had on that fateful day, fleeing the exact same man from the exact same place. But unlike that fateful day, now she was familiar with the streets and the people she passed. Even if she'd stayed, there was nothing she could have done in that situation. She would have only made things harder for Axel. I have to tell someone. I have to let them know, and soon. I'm sure Mr. Karamia and the others will be able to do something.
Yo, Ojo-san, 何をそんなに慌ててるんだ?
Mr. Karamia, Mr. Kyrie, help!
なんだ、どうした? またシーザーに追われてるのか?
He's not chasing me, but Mr. Axel. Mr. Caesar is after Mr. Axel.
先ほど聞こえた銃声はアクセルのものですか?
Yes! He said he'd hold them off so I could get away.
そいつは厄介だな。ええ。まあ予定通り屋敷へ戻ることにしましょう。
You're going back, but what about Mr. Axel?
放っておいたってどうにかなりますよ。
But he was outnumbered. If we don't hurry, he'll...
そうですか。ここまで被害が及んでいないということは検討しているようで何よりです。
Putting up a good fight?
幹部というのは捨て駒に過ぎませんし。
Mr. Karamia.
お嬢さんには悪いが、俺もキリエと同意見だ。偵察は向かわせる。だから一緒に屋敷へ戻ってくれ。
野良狼らしく森の中でおとなしくしていてくれればいいんですけどね。
They were in the office in the back of the mansion. They'd spread a map out on top of the big table in the center of the room. Saya and Kyrie were sitting across the table from Karamiya.
偵察の話では路地裏にアクセルの姿はなかったらしい。
No. Oh no, was he kidnapped?
ええ、おそらくはこの森の中にでしょう。
地図の通り、この町は円形の壁に囲まれている。その壁の外にある森に住んでいるのがウォールフ玩具だ。連れ去るなら森かスラム街だな。
The slums?
この町に住んでいるすべての人がファミリーによる支配制度を受け入れているわけではないんです。非支配階級を嫌がる自由人のためにと作られたのがその灰色の地区。今では立派な犯罪者養成エリアですけどね。
俺たちの喧嘩相手はライバルファミリーだけじゃないってことだ。小競り合いの相手はスラム街出身のやつの方が多いしな。
町自体に嫌気をさして出ていった人間で構成されている無法集団。それがシーザー率いるウォールフ玩具です。もっともシーザー自身はどこからやってきたかは不明ですけどね。シーザーの活動範囲を考えれば森が妥当でしょう。川や湖に沈められていなければですけどね。
Sleeping?
お嬢さんがいるんだ。言葉を慎めって。さて、飯でも食うかな。
Karamiya rolled up the map and put it back down on the table before standing and stretching.
お嬢さん、晩ご飯は何を食べたい？
私はカルボナーラがいいです。
お前はお嬢さんじゃねえだろ。
Saya was deeply confused by how normal the two of them were acting. But what are we going to do about Mr. Axel?
放置です。
Huh?
聞こえませんでしたか？放置すると言ったんです。
But isn't he an important part of the familia?
ええ、彼はオズファミリーの幹部です。客人であるあなたを守ったことも評価します。しかし、それとこれとは別です。
Do you feel the same way, Mr. Karamiya?
ああ。アクセルの問題は俺たちファミリーの問題だ。お嬢さんが胸を痛める必要も。あいつのことはひとまず忘れてくれ。
How could I? I think I'm gonna go back to my room.
晩ご飯は？
I'm not hungry.
分かった。お嬢さんの分は取り分けておくから腹が減った時にでも食べてくれ。
Her stomach grumbled the moment she made it back to her room. I guess this is what they call playing the martyr. But I can't eat at a time like this. I can't just forget about Mr. Axel. She took off her shoes and lay on the bed. Feeling something underneath her, she sat back up. Oh, Mr. Axel's cookies. She'd forgotten about them. Both the wrapping and the cookies inside had been crushed. I bet Mr. Axel is hungry. Why do Mr. Karamiya and Mr. Kyrie talk about Mr. Axel like that? She was perplexed and saddened by how they were so much colder and less kind to him than they were to her. If only I hadn't been there, then Mr. Axel wouldn't be... She gulped as a vortex of guilt engulfed her. Mr. Caesar was chasing me, after all. I wonder if I can save Mr. Axel if I go to Mr. Caesar's camp. She shook her head, trying to shed her anxiety that Axel might already be. If I can save Mr. Axel, then I should go find Mr. Caesar. Sneaking out of the mansion was easier than Saya had thought it would be. Maybe it was because it was Sunday evening, but the town was just as busy now as it had been earlier in the day. If I remember correctly, to get outside, it was a right once I get off Oz Street. She put her hand on the tower and remembered the map as she looked around. Right, that way. I finally got out of town. She'd made quite a few wrong turns, but she'd eventually found her way past the walls. She wondered if everyone lived inside the walls. Even though the town had been so crowded, the area around her was completely deserted. That's the forest Mr. Karamiya and Mr. Kairi mentioned. She took one of the 2 streets leading out of town. Once she got over a small hill, she could see a thick patch of forest. She was all alone and going to an unfamiliar place. She'd be lying if she said she wasn't afraid. You can do this, Saya! She made a fist and cheered herself on. With the breeze from the hill playing with her hair, she began to make her way into the forest. The moonlight she'd been relying on earlier was now obstructed by the treetops. The leaves of the trees were in constant motion. Was it the work of beasts or just the wind playing tricks on her? Saya made her way further into the forest as her eyes acclimated to the darkness. It turned out that even though through the canopy, the faint moonlight was still enough to light the way. I can see lamplight. I hear voices. She didn't know who the voices belonged to. It sounded like several men.
お前
She turned around, startled by the voice behind her.
お前リーダーが探してる女じゃねえか
Leader? Do you mean Mr. Caesar? I came to surrender myself to Mr. Caesar. I want to save Mr. Axel and...
へえそうかい
A vulgar smile appeared on the man's face as he grabbed Saya's arm. He dragged her towards the lamplight. She was terrified and wanted to run, but the grip on her arm was so strong that she couldn't get away.
おいお前ら獲物がひょこひょこ捕まりに来たんだとよ
About 10 men were sitting around the roaring fire. Instantly, they stopped their drinking and merrymaking to stare at Saya.
そいつは面白い。早速シーザーさんに伝えないと。
リーダーは朝まで出かけるって話だ
ああ、そんなことを言ってた気がする。それじゃあシーザーさんに渡す前に俺たちが味見するって。
Sorry.
やめとけやめとけ生娘だったらどうすんだリーダーに八つ裂きにされるぞあいつと一緒に縛っておこうぜ
Is Mr. Axel...
そう焦るなってすぐに合わせてやるよ
She was tugged along by the arm as they cut right in front of the bonfire. A skinned rabbit on a spit was cooking over it. The charred mass beside it had probably been a rabbit too, once upon a time. The smell of blood and burning flesh made Saya turn away.
ちっとぐらい構わねえんじゃねえかなあ、ジョーちゃん
A drunk man reached out and grabbed her calf as she tried to walk by. The sensation of his rough skin against hers sent a chill down her spine. Please stop.
手を離せってリーダーに殺されても知らねえぞおとなしくスラムの娼婦で我慢しとけ
そいつは勘弁だ病気がうつったらどうすんだ
リーダーになぶり殺されるよりは病死の方がまだマシだろうよ
わかったよ
She felt slightly relieved when he finally let go of her leg. Of course, she couldn't be completely relaxed in her current situation. All she could do was keep walking forward as the hand on her arm dragged her along. The rabbit meat cooking on the fire crackled and popped ominously. Alright everyone, this has already been going on for 40 minutes. This has been a really long and intense story. Yeah, I'm really excited to see where this goes. This is getting intense, but I'm going to go ahead and stop here, and we will continue in the next episode. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time. Hello everyone, Mysterious Fox here, and thank you so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate any likes, subscribes, comments, views, anything means the world to me. I truly thank you so much. I will be continuing to try and give you the best content I possibly can as I learn to make videos and discover my own style. So I hope you'll come along with me in the future, and until next time, stay foxy, my friends.
Love without the lover.